Welcome to Tittle of History.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Tittlebits of History. I am coming from my house here this evening, from my living room, actually, and I want to talk to you about Christmas, and mainly the Christmas tree, and how the Christmas tree got started, since it is December, and it's getting closer and closer to Christmas. But anyway, the Christmas tree actually it was not started by Christians, as we celebrate the birth of Christ in December due to Christmas and things like that. It came to be associated with Christmas. It really wasn't started by Christians. The actual Christmas tree, or the actual bringing in of evergreens, boughs, and things like that, goes back to various religions that existed previously, and other societies as well. For example, the old religions of various things, the pagan religions, if we should say, focused a lot on sun gods, and they worshiped gods that represented the sun or were the sun. And because of that, in this winter time, they always believed that the sun god was either sick or weak or dying, and that was why you had the winter time. But then they celebrate around the solstice, which is December the 21st. They usually celebrated the rebirth of the sun, or the coming back of the sun god, because that was the shortest day of the year, and as the days progressed, they actually started to get longer after December the 21st. So on those occasions, they would celebrate the rebirth of the sun, or the rebirth of the sun gods, or the god that they worship. A good example would be Ra of Egyptian times. He was a sun god. They a lot of times worshipped him around these times. And they also decorated a lot of times archways and doorways with boughs of evergreens, because evergreen plants, trees, things like that, were a sign of life, even though the wintertime a lot of plants were dead. But they always showed an everlasting life type aspect of things. And then you also had other religions like the Romans. The Romans always celebrated around December 21st and December 25th a series of events called the Feast of Saturn, where Saturn was the agricultural god, and they would worship him because it was, again, the celebration of the sun coming back, and that the agriculture and plants will come again. So it was called the Feast of Saturn, which is one reason why gifts were given during the Feast of Saturn under Roman rules, and one reason why it is believed the wise men brought gifts to Jesus at the time, because of the Feast of Saturn. The giving of gifts was a big deal during that time. But the Romans would also decorate their houses and stuff by bringing in these evergreen boughs, again a sign of life and renewal. And then you had other religions. The Druids had similar things. The Vikings, the Scandinavians, and then eventually the Germanic tribes had it. They started in around the 1600s. You started seeing the Christians of the Germanic area in Germany start to bring in Christmas trees, or these evergreen trees. They just cut the whole tree down and they'd bring it into their houses and they would decorate them. And it is a long perceived idea that it was Martin Luther, who is the famous Protestant reformist, was the one who decided to put candles on the trees to light them. And it all kind of spiraled there. Come to the 1830s, you started to see more and more Americans using them because of the Germans, the German people moving into the United States. Pennsylvania was a big place for Christmas trees early. And then it took hold in the 1840s when Queen Victoria was famously drawn with her husband. It was a sketch in a London newspaper of her next to her Christmas tree. And of course it grew from there, and now it's a main staple, and almost every household in the United States has a Christmas tree now during the December months, or the December month, and celebrating Christmas. But it's interesting to see that the Christmas tree was not necessarily something that came from Christians or Christmas or because of the birth of Jesus Christ. It was actually more of a pagan ritual. And with that being said, I'd like to read from the King James Version on this occasion, a little bit here that is quite relevant to this topic. It's actually found in the book of Jeremiah in the Old Testament. It's chapter 10, verse 1 through 5. And it says, "Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman, with the axe. They deck it with silver and gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born, because they not go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good." Take that as you wish. Some believe that is telling you the fertility of having a Christmas tree. But I'll leave you with that. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas. And hopefully with my little reading of the Bible, I didn't scare you. Good night.
And that has been A Tittle Bit of History.